tokens, obviously, that many folks in the community, as you start looking at these issues, is looking at your record of accomplishment in working on community issues. Would you talk about one or two community issues that you've worked on in Mandan to move the community forward?
Yes, I'm the one that promoted electric doors. Took me a long time. Commissioners fought me like heck on that one, but I got it passed. And I'm not done. Mandan needs to be more into the situation where these sidewalks, with not just me, but everybody that uses walkers, strollers, they know what I'm talking about. These sidewalks, and that's one of my goals, is fix these sidewalks. And our streets, 2nd and 3rd Street is terrible. They haven't been touched for years. They need to be fixed. And my goal is, the money I make is going back to the city. And to help develop the sidewalks with curb cuts, help the stores with handicap doors. That's my goal.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Serhienko, the question was, what is your record of accomplishment on working on community issues? And please give us an example or two.
Okay, it's a very interesting area, and it's something that I've had something to do with over the years. I've been a performing musician in Mandan and Bismarck for all my life, pretty much. And one of the things that I've always enjoyed was music. And for those of you who are now familiar, Mandan has a band show downtown, and we have music there 4 nights a week starting in June. I was the chairman of the committee that built that and raised the money to make that happen. I didn't do it by myself, but I was pretty much the bell ringer that pushed the project through. Additionally, one of the biggest events, probably in the state, besides the 4th of July, is Buggies and Blues. And that started in my kitchen. And for the record, there was an accordion player that was there, and while we were coming up with the name, it almost became Pickups and Pulpits. But just put a name to that. I've been very interested in the community of Mandan. I'm currently on the advisory board of the Heritage Foundation, and this is the group that's resurrecting the beanery and the depot downtown and trying to rebuild it completely, and with that, promote more tourism and trying to bundle it all together in line with the fort and maybe the trolley and all of the things that Mandan has to offer. It's something that's really important to me, and I've been working on it. I'm going to continue to working on it whether I'm a city commissioner or not. And right now I am a commissioner, and I'm just acting as an advisory because of that situation. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, my involvement in Mandan actually started before I decided to pick up residency in the town. I have been active in the Mandan Progress Organization. That is the group that, like Gerald suggested, and I think Dennis maybe had alluded to before, is responsible for such events as the Buggies and Blues and the Mandan Rodeo. A couple of events that I spent more time than others on was the Shop Hop program, which is intended to bring additional shoppers to the Mandan Main Street and shops throughout the city on the Strip as well. The other event that I'm really proud of that Mandan Progress picks up is the Kids Fest, which brings a lot of people to our community. It's always impressive to hear Bismarck residents say that Mandan has so much more to offer young families than Bismarck does, and Kids Fest is a testament to that. I've also had the opportunity to work with the Mandan Rodeo folks through the Mandan Progress Organization, and also as past employment with the Bismarck Tribune. One thing that I'm working on right now is the Mandan Tomorrow Strategic Plan. I'm a member of one of the committees in that group, and we are actually charged with leadership, pride, and image. And so that's one area that I'm currently involved in. One other thing that I really try to pay attention to is just being aware of what's happening around us and in the community and doing whatever I can to promote that, whether that's talking to someone who's in a MOPS group with me about an event that's coming up in Mandan, or sharing it on social media sites. I am very passionate about Mandan and love to promote the area. It even comes down to paying attention to the parks. And I'll just share this episode. I had my children with me at one of the parks in Mandan. And as we were playing, the kids instinctively decided to take their shoes off because it's sand. And I noticed that there was glass in the sand. And there were 3 other mothers there, and they all noticed, but it took one to make a phone call and make the park aware of that problem. And I'm glad to say that that's something that they addressed right away. But it is paying attention to your surroundings and promoting the area, and that's one thing that I do to support the community. And then finally, I'm involved with Junior Achievement, which is going to help bring financial and entrepreneur education to Mandan students, and as well as classroom presentations at Mandan High School. So those are a few of the ways that I've kept myself busy in the community and continue to be involved.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Rohn, please talk to us about community issues.
Well, I've been involved in many community activities and issues over the years. I was a member of the Rotary Club for quite a few years here. I was president of that club, and Rotary was very active in working with the community on different things. Of course, the MPO, the Mandan Progress Committee, I believe I started with that organization when it first was formed, and I have served as an officer for that position for many years, and still work there as a secretary. And so a lot of involvement in planning, getting events for Mandan, and pushing Mandan in many ways there. I was involved in other things too that required me to interact with Bismarck in many ways, and we had a good relationship there. We shared resources. Different cities have different expertise. In some areas you can join with, and in some areas you just simply share with. You have to look at what your needs are there. One of the things I worked at when I was here is to be very fiscally responsible, and I can honestly say 32 years as a chief of police, that included down in Canada, I never went over budget, which is pretty hard. But the thing about it is I've always provided the community with very good police department. We had good equipment, we had good officers working there. And so you can manage, you can do things. And before I left, I put together a budget, what would happen if we had to cut down 15 or 20%. I always looked ahead in emergencies. What could I do if things got really tough here? And I had a complete budget ready put together should an emergency come about. So I try to think ahead and plan and work with the city. There's a lot of things I've been involved with over the years. And with I was board members with state organizations, the mental health, the RSVP, and many other organizations too that still interact with citizens in Mandan as well.
Okay, thank you very much.